Good morning. Today I'm proud to recognize Chief Joseph Wade Sr. for nearly 30 years of outstanding service to the City of Jackson. His dedication to law enforcement and public safety has set a high standard for all who serve us in this community. Under Chief Wade's leadership, Jackson has seen significant reductions in major crime. He strengthened officer retention, increased community engagement, and built stronger collaborations with partner agencies. Chief Wade's integrity, his vision, his responsiveness have fostered trust and unity between our police department and our community. On behalf of the City of Jackson, I want to express sincere gratitude to his remarkable service and positive energy, and I wish him all the very best in his retirement. I'm appointing Sheriff Tyree Jones to serve as interim chief. I'm grateful to him for his willingness to serve and to step up into this interim role. Sheriff Jones brings respected experience to this assignment. His commitment will help guide our city during our task force search and address the critical public safety issues facing Jackson. Former U.S. Marshal George White and former Chief of the Mississippi Highway Patrol and Bureau of Investigations, Colonel Charles Haynes, will lead my law enforcement task force that will conduct a nationwide search if need be for the next chief, a process expected to last between 30 and 60 days. The task force will also closely evaluate all aspects of law enforcement. The challenges that we face in Jackson, including youth criminal activity and drug-related crimes, and the needs of Jackson Police Department's coordination among police departments, Sheriff's Office, and Capitol Police. I'm grateful that Marshal White and Colonel Haynes have agreed to lead this important effort. Their breadth of experience, commitment to public safety, and deep understanding of law enforcement challenges will ensure that the task force conducts a rigorous search for our next chief. I'm confident that they will help shape solutions that address the evolving needs of Jackson. Now, former U.S. Marshal White served as U.S. Marshal for the Southern District from 2009 to 2018. He helped to lead and participated in numerous cross-jurisdictional task forces involving crime prevention operations at the federal, state, and local levels. Prior to that, he served as a member of the Mississippi Enforcement Division for the Mississippi Highway Patrol for some 29 years. Former Chief of the Mississippi Highway Patrol, Colonel Charles Haynes, once served as the Director of the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. He also served as Assistant Commissioner of the Department of Public Safety and Deputy Commissioner of External Affairs for the Department of Public Safety. Altogether, he served 15 years at the department. He recently was appointed to a new role as Director of Administration of Justice Programs at Mississippi College. At this time, I'd like to welcome Chief Wade to make remarks, followed by Chief Sheriff Tyree Jones. Chief Wade.
Yes. Good morning. It's a great day for me, my family, close friends, but I could see how it could be a sad day for others. We've done some amazing work here in the city of Jackson. When I took the helm, we were in a bad place as a law enforcement agency. We were at 221 Jackson police officers. I stand here today, we're at 258 Jackson police officers. As I talk about the many accomplishments that we've accomplished, the biggest one that meant the most to me was the community trust that we had reestablished within the community. We were no longer the laughingstock of the law enforcement community. We're working with our state, federal, county, and local partners as we deal with this issue of crime in our community. We were inclusive instead of exclusive around these issues in our community. I reached out to the mayor, and we had a great conversation last week, and Most people have known me for the past 2 years and 3 months that I've served as the chief of police, but I've been here for 29 years and 9 months. And next month was a crossroads for me. I would have to have been put up for confirmation to remain as chief of police. And the question I asked myself and my family and close friends was I able to commit 4 more years to the city of Jackson? That would put me at about 33, 34 years here. And the answer to that was no. I talked to my family, I prayed about it, and we took a vote at my house, and it was unanimous for me to come home. It was unanimous, and I couldn't vote, so I would have had 1 vote. But God is good. He's been amazing to me. I rose from a police recruit, hit every rung of the ladder all the way up to the chief of police. I was homegrown. Again, it was the greatest professional honor that there is known in law enforcement to be the chief of the Jackson Police Department. It's something that I aspired for, never knowing that I would accomplish that goal or dream, but I did. But I did not take this job for accolades or prestige. I took it because I want to be able to be a change maker for the city of Jackson. We have people that are depending on us for public safety. We have officers that need a voice when it comes to getting them the equipment that they need to do their jobs. I was their voice, and I will continue to be an ambassador for the Jackson Police Department. I want to be clear, Mayor Horn is not forcing me out. I called him. I have an amazing offer in the private sector that I will be a director at another organization. Don't ask me where. That'll be released at the appropriate time out of fairness to that organization. But I am taking a director's position, and I'll be starting that probably sometime next month. But until then, whatever I need to do to make sure there's a smooth transition with Sheriff Jones, who's a good friend of mine, who they could not have picked a better person during this transition. He has my full support. But again, I love the Jackson Police Department. I love the city of Jackson. I love the men and women who put their lives on the line every single day in our community to make it a better place for us all to live, go to school, go to work, and go to church. Thank you, and God bless you. Get my plaque, Mr.
Sheriff Jones.
Again, good afternoon. I've made my remarks in the council chambers, but I would just echo the fact that it feels good to be able to come back to serve where I initially started. At the young age of 22, I entered the doors of the Jackson Police Department. I was trained by some of these men standing here in this very congregation where we are today that helped mold me to be the law enforcement officer that I am today. I served 20 years with the Jackson Police Department. People often ask me, well, what's your affiliation with the Jackson Police Department after I left? And I would often tell them I still feel like I work for the Jackson Police Department because the men and women there are lifelong friends and they're like family to me. So of course this is an honor to be considered for this position as the transition will proceed and a new selection will be made. But the citizens of Jackson and the citizens of Hinds County have my continued support serving in the roles that I will continue to serve in the days to come. I look forward to continuing to strengthen the partnerships that we have with the community, but also the partnerships that we have with our other law enforcement partners that are working alongside the Jackson Police Department to address the criminal element and criminal activities in the city of Jackson. So again, this is an honor. Again, thank you to the mayor and best wishes to my dear friend and retired Chief Joseph Wade. The job that he has done should be commended. The way that he has led the men and women of the Jackson Police Department should be commended also. The way he has connected with the community should be commended. Again, I look forward to having those same partnerships and bonds and continue to lead this department until someone else is selected. Again, thank you all.
Thank you, Chief Sheriff. And now we'll have remarks from the President of the City Council, Ward 4 Councilperson, the Honorable Brian Grizzell. He will be followed by the Ward 1 Supervisor, for Hinds County and President of the Hinds County Board of Supervisors, Mr. Robert Graham.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon. You know, a lot of times when you fly and the flight attendants give the instructions, they oftentimes say that in the case of an emergency, which this is not, but in the case of emergency, you have to put your own oxygen mask on first before you can help anyone else. I think that's what Chief Wade has made clear that he is doing. He's putting on his own oxygen mask first. And so he's taking care of what he needs to do for himself as well as his family. And I think we respect that as a council, and I think we should respect that as a city. We look forward to this transition with our new interim chief. We look forward to supporting or continue to support the mayor, and we also look forward to whatever search that will take place in the near future. Again, on behalf of the City Council, we wish Chief Wade all the best in his future endeavors. And, you know, as we say in my neighborhood, let me hold $20.
Thank you very much. I've already made my comments, but I really want to say, as it relates to Chief Wade, he's been a true warrior, as well as Sheriff Jones, a true warrior. But we also have a true warrior now as mayor. When Mayor Horn became mayor, he said he wanted to work together with the county. He did not want any space or any air between the county and the city, and that we were going to work together on everything. And that includes the criminal element, crime, in the city of Jackson, because Jackson is in the county and the county is part of Jackson. And so we're planning to work with the mayor, with the chief sheriff, working on all different areas of law enforcement and making sure that we're here to support the citizens of the city of Jackson, especially working with the mayor, hand in hand, to make sure that he gets what he needs and that the county will join in to help provide resources if we have to, if we need to, and we're going to. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President. And now we'll have remarks by Marshal George White, followed by Colonel Charles Haynes.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We're here to move Jackson forward. We're going to pick the best police chief with good provocation to keep Jackson moving forward. As the mayor said, Jackson been behind too long, and it's time for us to move forward. Thank you.
Good afternoon. First, let me say I have the utmost respect for Chief and also my dear friend Sheriff. I've known these gentlemen basically my whole career, so my hat's off to you both, and I look forward to working with you still as we move forward for the city of Jackson. I think as it pertains to public safety, it's not a partisan issue, it's a responsibility of us all. I'm looking forward to sharing information, but also at the same time, this is a learning opportunity for myself. Also, I look forward to speaking to the men and women at the Jackson Police Department to see how I can best help and be an ally to help the department. But also, one of the things that stand out the most for me with this, you rarely hear about the internal aspect of the department. It's always the external as a factor in selecting somebody to become a new team member to lead this department. I think it's very important that we get the feedback from the officers, the men and women who serve with pride every day in this department. As you heard, the timeline is pretty short, 30 to 60 days. That means that's a lot of work for us to get this information, try to see what we can find out, get feedback from not only the community, but the officers, but also the media as well. Like I said, public safety is not a partisan thing, it's a responsibility of us all. Mr. President, I look forward to meeting with everybody in the council as well, as Mr. White and I try to figure out what can we do according to what the needs are to the city, but also the service delivery and the historical information and the factors that need to be pointed in the right direction. Things such as key performance indicators to make sure that the service delivery remains intact so we can serve all. But I appreciate the opportunity, Mr. Mayor. And again, Chief Wade, congratulations. Chief Sheriff, Sheriff Chief, thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you. We'd be happy to try to respond to any questions anyone might have.
Chief Wade, you talked about the decision that you made, consulting with your family and issues about your health. Can you tell us the specific moment when you realized that you were going to make this decision to step down?
Well, let me be clear. I don't have health problems, okay? All right. But we know that, we know that, when you're steady getting called all time of night, that your blood pressure and stuff like that will spike. So stress will do that. But to be completely honest with you, Ross, it started seeping in my head about 6 months ago, around February or March. No, how much longer? How much longer? How much longer? When you're working at a job for 29 years, I could have retired at 25 years. I'm still here at 29 years and 9 months. So it's been there for a while, but I don't know a finite moment when I was going to say, well, I'm 100% convinced, because I didn't want to leave what I've had as my home for 24 years, since I was 24 years old. I've been here for 29 years. Since I was 24, this has been my home. I've lost friends on this job. I have been through a lot here, but it's been so rewarding, the work that I've been able to do in the community. To nail it down, like I said, it was key that I made this decision prior to being confirmed. As you know, I could only serve as interim for 90 days, so confirmation would have had to come up by the next council meeting or the following. So out of fairness to the mayor, I felt the time to make that decision was now, and that's when we had our deep dive conversation about what my intentions were moving forward. And also, this is not the first job opportunity I've had since I've been the chief. Let's be clear about that. There are always people that are looking for talent across the country. I've gotten job announcement vacancies sent to me as far as Michigan, North Carolina, Texas, telling me they have a chief vacancy. Of course, I did not want to move, but now is the time prior to confirmation. It would have been a very, very selfish act of me to be confirmed than only serve 6 months or a year or 2 years. That would not have been fair to the mayor, and that would not be fair to this city.
If I can get a follow-up. You said that the mayor didn't push you out. Had you got the impression or the indication from the mayor that he wanted to nominate you for full term?
Before the mayor came into office, we had a great conversation, and I was very clear on what his direction was. I, at no point in time, ever felt that Mayor John Horn was not going to put me up for confirmation. I never felt that way. We never had that conversation. I feel one of the reasons that I felt good about leaving now, because I leave it in great hands. He has a vision. He has a direction. He has an end game. That was refreshing to hear. There's no slight on anybody else. But to answer your question, retirement started seeping into my head about 6 months ago, around February or March of this year, prior to the election results and any of that. But I felt out of fairness to this city, and sometimes we just can't continue to draw a paycheck and hang around. It would not be fair to this city for me not to be fully committed for 4 more years if I was put up for confirmation. And I knew in my heart, and I knew through prayer, all the signs that my Lord and Savior has given me, including the high blood pressure, that it was time to go. And I feel very comfortable. I'm at ease. I'm at peace with my decision. There's not going to be any double backing. There's not going to be any of that. I'm at peace with my decision. And I think that it's just absolutely that time. One more.
Is this your last day on the job? Is it effective immediately?
I wish, no. That's next Friday.
Next Friday.
Next Friday, 5 p.m., it'll be the chief sheriff's.
So are you still going to present the budget on Friday then?
Yes, I anticipate doing that. It's business as usual. You don't have to get all your questions out of me right now. I will be sitting down with each media outlet, giving you an exclusive one-on-one with the chief about his future plans and this transition, okay? So I will be willing to do that. Tommy will start sending y'all out invites today.
I have a question for Chief Sheriff Jones.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you talk about your salary situation? Will you be drawing a salary from both Hines County and the City of Jackson?
We have not gotten to that particular point yet. But of course, once we reach the contractual terms of that, I'm sure that will become public information at that particular time.
Yeah. And Sheriff, will you kind of walk us through how you're going to manage both the Sheriff's Department and the Jackson Police Department?
Well, of course, we're already actively engaged in the city of Jackson to continue that. And again, that's a conversation that can be had. I look for that to be a fluid conversation with me and the staff of the Jackson Police Department because, again, we have to continue to prioritize decreasing crime in the city of Jackson.
Sheriff, considering the county jail issues and youth detention center problems, could the city of Jackson have promoted something from within, such as the current assistant chief?
That's a question I can't answer, but I will tell you this. Mayor Horn made his decision based on whatever he decided to do as far as who would lead the department during this transitional period. But as it relates to my obligations to the jail and to Hinds County Detention Services, again, that still remains priority. There will be no momentum loss addressing those particular issues.
What are things with the massive construction and employment of the $150 million new jail?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Where do things stand with the massive construction and employment of the new jail?
The construction is fully underway. I'm sure that you have seen maybe pictures or videos of that construction. The construction is underway. We look forward to that construction to continue to have a new detention center in Hinds County, which is direly needed in the near future. Our numbers have continued to increase. We're taking on more detainees in Hinds County. So at this particular point, a jail is dire and a jail is necessary to be built here in Hinds County.
And let me also say that there is, excuse me, that there is precedence for. Let me just say that there is precedence for the position that Chief Sheriff Jones is about to embark upon. During the Frank Melton administration, then Sheriff Malcolm McMillan was tapped by Mayor Melton to become police chief while he served as sheriff. So this is not anything new here. It's happened before. And the only difference is that Sheriff Chief McMillan served for the duration of the Melton campaign once he was selected. This is only going to be a temporary operation.
Maybe one more?
Mayor, when it comes to selecting a new chief, do you have a preference, whether they're from Jackson, out of Jackson, and what are some traits or qualities we look for in the next chief?
I have a preference for finding the best law enforcement leader we can find. And whether they're homegrown, whether they're from the region, whether they're from some other part of this nation, that's going to be our top priority. The two gentlemen who are going to be leading this task force effort on law enforcement are eminently qualified, and we'll trust their judgment as they move forward.
Yeah, this is a question that's off topic about the issue of blighted properties, the move to remove those properties in the city. Can you address that?
How do you want me to address it, Ross?
How important is the issue of removing blighted properties across the city?
Removing blighted property remains a top priority of this administration. We have dug ourselves into a deep hole, and it's going to take a while for us to dig our way out. We're first starting in South Jackson. That's going to be the targeted area that we'll begin with because that is where the blight is most prevalent. One of the things that we're expecting to do is to get our landfill near Byram reestablished in working order, which requires more equipment, more personnel, and a better weight system where we can get the refuse handled within the confines of rules and regulations of the Department of Environmental Quality. But we were left when we started this administration at the end of our budget year, and trying to find resources for blighted property has been a challenge, to be perfectly honest. So we're still looking for those resources. We're hoping that the fund balance, which is the money that we hope to have at the end of the fiscal year, will be used for one-time expenditures towards blight elimination.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.